Congratulations, Mazel Tov. You have a new son or you have a new daughter. What a great joy. Wow. And sometimes you might even have twins. Being born is a lovely thing. Is it? In the Christian tradition, being born is also a bit of a problem. It means that another soul full of sin came to our world, and now this soul must be redeemed from its sins. And if so, it's not so good event. It's a tragic event.
And it shall be at the end of the days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be firmly established at the top of the mountains, and it shall be raised above the hills, and all the nations shall stream to it. And many people shall go, and they shall say, Come, let us go up to the Lord's mount, to the house of the God of Jacob, and let him teach us of his ways, and we will go in his paths. For out of Zion shall the Torah come forth, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
In the Jewish tradition, we look at things a bit differently. The Jewish tradition is very optimistic. Jewish tradition feels that nothing is holier or more worthy than to add more life to the world. And straight after God created man, it's written, be fruitful, multiply, and fill the world, and take possession of it. More kids. Our sages went one step further, and they said that the only reason God created our world was for reproduction. As it's written, He did not create it in vain, He created it to be populated. Millions of people. In addition, another step. The sages said that if a person brings children in his youth, he must try to continue having children in his old age. And for this, I'm also bringing a verse that is written down like that. In the morning, plant your seed. And in the evening, do not remain idle. Plant your seed, bring more kids. Thus, we love children, a lot of children, millions, billions of people. And we are happy and want to mark the occasion of the birth in a happy way. Think about this for a moment. We brought here another part of image of God. We need to be careful with those words. With love and joy, we mark this new soul who has joined the family, specifically if the family of the people who want to listen to the words of God and observe the 7 commandments of Noahide, providing an entire life of faith, holiness, and happiness. Another soul, as I said before, another soul with God's image came to be partnership with God in this world, to improve our world and to bring the world to the level of God's kingdom. Amazing. What a joy. How can we celebrate? We make a party. We invite our friends, of course, the family. We share Torah insights. We prize the Holy One, blessed be He, God, who, for this thing that He, or the privilege of having such a children, bringing us to our family one more child. We provide food, music, songs. We make sure that our family and guests have a good time. But there are no set rules about this, okay? It's not restricted and this or that to do. Have a joy, okay, with this. And then, after that, there's a question that people are starting to ask after a few days. If it's a boy, should circumcision be performed as the Jews do? Is it worthy thing to join in this covenant of Patriarch Abraham? It's a question for the boys' side. Abraham circumcised all the people of his household, including the souls that he taught in Haran, not Jewish souls. This is the source of the halacha that somebody that is not from Israel, but from other nation, he is allowed to be circumcised. And the Maimonides, our great rabbi, also states that we can circumcise anybody who wants to be circumcised, under one condition, that it is not done as a mitzvah, commandment, as a divine commandment from God. But if he has another intention, okay, such as joining a different religion, or that also practices the circumcision, we, the Hebrew nation, we are not allowed to help something like that. But if it's done to form a close attachment to God who created the world and created man, we can do it, we can help with this, and we're doing this all over the world to people who are asking us to do that. On the other side, we must note a few limitations. The truth is that all is written down in the Brit Shalom book, as you can see, but I will say here a few notes. First, it's not allowed, it's not always recommended to do circumcision to the child. For example, if one of the parents objects and doesn't want to do this circumcision, the values, peace between the parents is much more important than to do this circumcision. Okay, it's best not to start an argument because of that, and therefore, in this case, it is best not to circumcise the child. Okay. Second thing, an expert, not an immature person, an expert must do this operation of circumcise, since it could involve some danger with a lot of circumstances. And third, and this is a bit, we need to be careful, okay? What happens if the child mother is not a Jew, but the father is a Jew? So he is not a Jewish person, and this matter become very complicated. In many cases, mixed couple want to circumcise a child to hide the fact that he is not Jewish. And we know that because one of the greatest rabbis in the last century, Rabbi Kook, he felt that it was best not to circumcise such a child, that the father is Jewish and the mother is not, so that he would not be able to pass as a Jew or a partial Jew. It is therefore best for him to accept the fact that he is not a Jewish person. And if he wants, he can convert. But he can turn to become a Jewish through a rabbinical court, what we call a Beit Din. But at this point of time, it's better not, we should not allow a situation where the child will not know what he is and will suffer from his status. So we prefer not to circumcise him. However, circumcision is not always forbidden. As I said, people are doing it. And especially if the family is on the steps towards converting to Judaism, and they didn't finish and they have a baby born. In this case, a local rabbi who knows the family should be consulted exactly what to do, how to do. The brit, then it's being called also a brit, not circumcision, should be done, covenant, okay, should be done by a Jewish mohel who knows the family and can guide them about the costumes and the verses that the father and the mother should say and do in the ceremony. You should note that they are joining the rite of Patriarch Abraham, who is the father of all converted people who want to get closer to God. All the people, all the humankind who want to get close to God who created this world, God of Israel, that is guiding Israel along this way. Let me bless you. Let the Noahide World Center, let us all bless you with a great family. Much blessings from Jerusalem. And to see more, again, you can go to the Brit Shalom book and learn about this thing exactly with all of the list of things that we have here. Now that we finished this birthday, and after we realized that coming to our world is an optimistic event, another question will arise. What exactly we celebrate on our birthday? After all, every year, we're just getting closer to the end of our life. Again, pessimistic side, pessimistic point of view. On this issue and more, we will answer in the next Cycle of Life video. You're more than welcome to join us. Blessings from Jerusalem.